Hi, my name's Michael from Michael L Photography. Welcome back to my studio. Today we're going to talk about how to make money from photography. So one of the most common questions I get asked is how to make money from photography, which is usually wrapped up in the same question as how do I become a professional photographer? And my response to that is, do you really want to become a professional photographer? So you got some camera skills, you got some kit, and you want to make money out of it, okay? So that means turning it into a job. Now, if you've got a real passion for photography, my first question to you would be, do you really want to turn that into a job? Because anything you do as a job puts added pressure on. And if you really love your photography, that may not be the best thing for the health of your photography. Because it's okay wanting or imagining how glamorous and how great it is going to be to become this professional photographer. But the reality of it is that most of your time is going to be dedicated towards business, how to find jobs, how to make money, how to make a profit. And that, my friends, is not easy at all. So these days, most businesses have access to at least good quality smartphones, which can deliver very good images. Couple that with social media, where images are so prevalent, it kind of has diluted the value of photography, because everything is documented, from people's breakfasts to the corporate meetings they have or whatever it is, and they'll even try to do product shots with smartphones, which can have decent results given enough time. And people, when they are actually, or businesses, when they're actually thinking they're getting something for nothing as such, are quite happy to do that, because obviously these days everybody's on a budget. So as photographers, we're really up against it. It's very, very difficult to convince people who can do things for relatively low cost or even free to part with professional budgets. In a lot of cases, it just isn't going to happen. So that's the bad news. Have I got any good news? Well, kind of. It's definitely harder these days. But whether you're successful or not at making money from photography is definitely down to you as a photographer and as a person. And when I say person, I'm talking about your energy levels, how much you're willing to hustle, how much you are willing to go out and meet people. Because I think to get jobs, you've got to prove not only your photography prowess, and it's not just about your portfolio, it's how you come across to people and how many people you actually get to meet face to face. Because as much as you can put things on websites, social media, Facebook, Instagram, etc., well, so can everybody else. It's democratized everything. Everybody can have a go at it, which means you've got to stand out from the crowd. So actually, we have to go back to basics. When I started, there was no real internet, at least a very much smaller percentage of the population was going on the internet. And that made things a little bit more simpler because there was less competition. Like I said before, if I had to start all over again today, I would probably look at it, if I knew what I knew now, I probably might turn around and say, nah, I'm going to be I'm going to be a solicitor. I'm going to be a dentist or something, because there are more direct routes in. Okay. With photography, with everything, like becoming a YouTuber, becoming a vlogger, becoming somebody who wins something on a reality TV show, sometimes the reality is not as easy as what you think it is going to be. So even if you've got the kit, even if you've got the talent, even if you've got a great portfolio that you've been working on that you can present to people, it's how you present it to people that actually matters. Like I said, you can't just stick it on a website or in Instagram or Facebook and expect people to come flooding and beating down your door, demanding your services, and you can charge whatever you want. It does not work like that. The hardest thing about becoming a professional photographer is the business side of it. And I've known many, over my years and years, I've been in the business for 22 years now. And the more successful amongst the photographers that I've known, not necessarily the best photographers, And that's not to denigrate them, because you've got to get to a certain level because otherwise people won't hire you no matter how good you are at business. But if you're good at dealing with people, if you're good at pricing, if you're good at actually delivering what is expected on time within budget, then you will do better. People will come back to you. Okay. The longest client I have continuing, I've had for 8 years and counting now, which in this day and age is an eternity, and I'm very grateful for that. But I like to think I put in the work. You know, it's not a case of just, signing up for it, doing the job, and then getting paid. It's much, much more than that. It's about customer service, because at the end of the day, they are your customers. And we've got to think about it like that, because I think often people just seem to come with the idea that if my portfolio is good enough, people will come and hire me. And unfortunately, that is not the case. First of all, you've got to be seen amongst the millions of photographers out there. And then you've got to make sure that people trust what you do before they even send you that email inquiring after prices. And the next stage is to actually be able to ask the right questions to get the client to divulge what they really need. And then once you get that and you develop some sort of trust and some rapport and transparency with your client, then you're on your way. But none of these things are automatic. These things you have to plan and work for. So at the end of the day, we're talking about, 50% photography skill and 50% people and business skills. And that's how you make money out of photography. That's the theory anyway. So you'll notice that we haven't actually touched on pricing, quotes and contracts yet. That's going to happen in a third video, because first of all, you've got to decide, hopefully with a little help from this video, whether you actually want to become a professional photographer. The next step is, having decided that, and maybe you've got a little bit of a hook from a potential client, then we'll run you through how to take that to the next step. So watch out for the next video, and please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.